All right, so what's your name?
Shambhala.
Shambhala. Now, you have a band. What's your band's name?
It's Shambhala and Firefingers.
Tell us about how Earthdance got started.
Well, there was a few friends, this brother Jesse, who has passed on now to the other plane. They had a vision that they were going to do this earth dance for healing of the earth, and they got little groups together. And the first year was in Santa Rosa.
The very first one.
Yeah, and maybe a few other spots. And that was, wow, man, memory. Which year was that? Like 20 years ago almost, let's say 15. It's
okay.
Somewhere. I can't, my history, remember that, but then after a few years it kept growing. Then there was a big one in Laytonville at the hog farm for about 10 years. And then that one just finally collapsed now. It's a shift. The shift is happening. That was a big one going on. So I was saying the idea is it's a prayer, a synchronized prayer for world peace happens at 4 o'clock in all 200 cities. Earthdance is happening like in over 200 cities on the earth.
Wow.
And so people will be praying for world peace. I mean, that's the center of it, and then it's to celebrate together. So it's a non-centralized. That represents, I think, what the shift, part of the shift is a non-centralized, us getting together sustainably, enjoying life, doing what we need to do, expressing our creativity to just be the shift, be the change we want to see in the world, live it, embody it.
And that's why, and that was the premise why Earthdance got started, right?
Yeah. It's through dancing. I mean, one like Rumi said, for instance, you have to move with grace and ease. Part of the thing is dancing, moving your energy, freeing your energy up so that you're really in your power, in your flow to know ourself, to know thyself. And then in living from that center, you move and act according to, from your inner guidance.
Okay.
What is the heart? It's heart-centered. Heart-centered, connected to the spirit in all things, the oneness, the quantum totality of life.
All right. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, my brother.
All right. I'm at one of the booths here at the Earthdance. And what's your name?
Sharonda.
Well, Sharonda, what do you do?
I paint on silk.
You paint on silk. Well, tell us about how long you've been painting and what gives you inspiration to do it.
Well, I've been painting on silk for about 22 years. And the inspiration is the healing of the divine feminine and the healing of the planet, and basically it's my joy.
So now what painting is this? What's this called here?
This is called Ascension of Eve.
Okay, explain to us what it means.
Well, she's a representation of Eve, like Adam and Eve, right? And so with the biblical myth of the snake and the evil and all that, it's kind of like changing it around, and the snake actually represents the kundalini, which is your sacred energy that goes up from the base of your spine and goes on up. So we've got the snake going up around her, and then she's holding a little apple with a little snake on it.
That's right.
So we've got the Eve in her apple.
Oh, yes.
And then we have with the Star of David, the 6-pointed star, to me is like, the Hebrew Star of David intertwined with the Wiccan 5-pointed star. So it's like a integration of different philosophies or spiritual traditions, and because it's all one, everything is one. And then this is interesting. This says, "I am my beloved, and my beloved is mine," and that's from the sacred Sanskrit Song of Solomon. So that is another kind of a biblical reference.
So what you're trying
Song of Solomon.
So what you're trying to tell me is this representation of Eve is not the representation that's in the Bible.
Yes.
You've reversed it and turned it around.
Right, to represent the divine feminine.
Oh,
yeah, and her ascension as opposed to
the way it represents in the Bible.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I feel like I get so personal.
Oh man. Let's see. Let's try to get this started. You're leaning a little to the left. Yeah, go the other way.
To the right.
Yes, keep going to the right. There we go. Okay, you want to bring your feet to my fingers?
Oh my gosh, look now.
I'm always thinking about
Look at that. I'll sit.
Come on back.